What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with a very late review of Kandi and the Gang, episode 2. My daughter is here with me, and she is roaming through my makeup bag, my eyelash curlers, so you're going to hear her in the background, probably see her, just letting you know. But let's get into it. So, this episode, we're getting introduced to more members of the staff. We meet Patrick, who is Kandi's cousin. He's 28, originally from Atlanta, Georgia. He's the parking lot manager, and he's a retired Casanova. He's Bertha's grandson, and pretty much he's the valet. He guides the traffic of people parking for the OLG. There's a job for everybody when it comes to Kandi. She's gonna have somebody be a part of something because she loves everybody to be employed. Okay, and it's going really well. And we meet Melvin, who is also Kandi's cousin, Bertha's grandson. He's the kitchen manager. He's from Atlanta, Georgia as well. He's 30. Oh, wait. Patrick's 28. Melvin's 30. And Melvin is pretty much, the teddy bear of the family. He loves family. That's his thing. And it wrote in captions, that's Kandi's son. Because Kandi has pretty much raised Melvin and Patrick, if you can say, guided them, helped them pretty much to the best schools and everything. We found out that Kandi also paid for Melvin to go to culinary arts school. Looking back at the relationship between Melvin and Patrick, they were cousins, but they were raised like siblings. And growing up, Kandi always looked at them as her kids. Always wanted to take care of them, be a part of their life in every way. And Patrick has that same drive because he wants to pretty much take over what Kandi is already doing, which is helping the family, help them get into better opportunities, providing them financially, because Kandi does take care of her family, and Patrick wants to do the same thing, which is admirable to follow. While Melvin is the kitchen manager, he feels like he gets more of the backlash, more of the grunt work, more of the do your job. We pretty much, he gets ragged on the hardest. And even though Kandi's his godmom, he wouldn't take this type of grunt from anybody. He wouldn't take this type of abuse as far as him getting the entire work on his shoulder. He wouldn't take it from nobody else if it wasn't for taking it for family. He wouldn't stay at a restaurant or business longer than he had to if he was to deal with this. For family, he'll go through it all. And Todd is getting on him, telling him how that Kandi treats you like her son, but you're not showing that respect and loyalty to do your job. Now, Melvin thinks he's getting spread too thin because all of the responsibilities falls on him. And he tells him that there's over 168 hours of work, and I work almost those 100 hours. And Kandi feels like Todd rag on him majority of the time. And Todd said he's a grown-ass man. He can handle it. I'm just saying, you rag on him too much. Now, Kandi, I can understand that that's your cousin. You pretty much raised him. You don't want him to be talked to any type of way that's disrespectful. But at the same point in time, Kandi, you're going to have to understand your cousin has a job, which means he has to make sure the food is good, the kitchen is great. He has a lot right on. He has a lot of responsibilities. So we're not gonna have him be wooed and coddled into making sure he does the work right when he's getting sweet talked. No. He's gonna get spoken to like everybody else in the restaurant. There's no special treatment for nobody. I don't care if they are related to you, and that's what Kandi doesn't want to separate. She doesn't want to separate that while I employed my family, you can't treat my family like shit. No, you can't. But you can't always give special treatment to your family members, also, and your staff members for them being loyal, working with you. You can't do that. Because it showcases in this episode that favoritism is a lot that Kandi does. She has a lot of favoritism. And the fact that she shows favoritism to everybody who stayed loyal to her in the restaurant while she's not telling them what they need to work on, and this is what you need to do if you want to stay here, you're going to have to make sure they feel the fear of you can be replaced. I don't care if you are family. I don't care if you've been here the longest. You need to do that. Melvin and Patrick live together. And since they grew up as siblings, I already said that. Patrick found a really good location that's literally right next to the OLG. In any case, y'all can't have no type of excuse of being late because y'all live right next door. Y'all can literally hop over to the parking lot and arrive at work. So we are now hearing that Patrick is in a very committed relationship with Safari. He counted down their relationship. They've been together for 15 months, 27 days, 5 hours, 27 seconds, something like that. He hung up his player jersey and his now is in a serious committed relationship. And in the past, he was a hoe. He admitted it. And all the women that he went through, all the things that he went through, was preparing him to be in a committed relationship with Safari. Okay, we'll see. Brandon. We're seeing Brandon get ready for his date with Dominique. It's a very nice, dim lighted, boho chic bar to set the vibe. Dominique looked great in her cute fitted dress. I loved it, loved her ponytail. And right now, she's just trying to see where this can go. She never thought that Brandon could be somebody that she would like, especially talking about how he a Virgo. I don't know if you can handle me. I don't only speak to Virgos like that. I can tell that Dominique likes Brandon a lot. She can't even keep a straight face while being around him, you know? And Brandon feels the same way about Dominique. He loves how she carries herself. She has charisma. When you look at her across the room, you just can't help but stare and be like, who is that? So we're talking about her dream, how she wants to be a dancer. She actually got her start with being on Kandi's dungeon tour, and that led to her more opportunities, was letting her be being a bartender for the restaurant. But right now, she really wants to. Whoops. Hold on. Hey y'all, I'm back. So, like I said, with Dominique, she had got her start with being on Kandi's dungeon tour, which led her being a bartender. But right now, she is trying to come up with a balance or come up with a complete breakaway from the restaurant, you know, because her focus is fully being a dancer. That's her focus, right? And she doesn't want to spend more time at the restaurant that can defer for her pursuing her dream. And she just cannot wait to get away from it because her dream is to dance for Beyonce. That's her dream, right? So I know she's stuck between wanting to keep her job at the restaurant, but also pursuing her dream, because that was one of her plans that she came out here to do. And I understand those dreams, strive for them. Don't let them pass you by, but work it the way you want to. Okay, just saying. Because there's no what's the word I'm trying to find? Pursue your dream is all I'm trying to say. Pursue your dream. Make sure you have something lined up or you have what you need put in place. So that way you can move forward to put your entire focus on you being a dancer. That's all. Brandon comes out with he wants to date Dominique. There's no telling. There's no stopping him. He likes her. He wants to date her. She's worried about them working together because the repercussions of dating an employee. They were told not to date each other, you know? And he said, we'll take it slow. Nothing is that. And then, of course, Brandon's not worried about where this can lead because he's looking at the dating history of his boss. Kenny met Todd on the job. So, obviously, he thinks that it's going to be the same outcome. It's not. So, the day ended great. They hug. Brandon goes for a kiss. Dominique, you know, skirts him. I do not kiss on the first date. It's a surprise to kiss me. Pretty much she's playing hard to get. She's teasing him. You know, the wanting of you to kiss me. You're going to have to wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't invade this space. But the chemistry is there. I can see them really liking one another. I thought she was going to kiss him back. When she went to I was like, oh, okay. She's holding on. Because, of course, it will come. It will be a sticky situation when you're dating somebody who's a managerial position. And the recipe for disaster. I'm just saying. But we're going to move on. Torrent. Torrent has a little get together. He invites Chandrika and Dominique. They're really close. They're pretty much have their own little gang. And they're talking about the reunion. How it was great to see everybody. I'm so happy you're coming back. And Chandrika asked him, did he get paid when he put the reunion together? He said he did not get paid. For decorating, putting out the chairs, the DJ, everything that he set up, he did not get paid for it? Are you serious? Kandi, why didn't you pay him for doing a job that you are hiring him to do again? He should have got paid for that job. Are you serious? Okay. All right. So he wants to speak to Don Juan about his future because he was help managing the restaurant and also doing their Friday Night Lives. And again, stretched too thin. He quit. He wants to come back because he enjoyed being there. He enjoyed the staff. He enjoyed the OLG restaurant, right? So basically, Chandrika's trying to get him the lowdown on who you're going to have to report to now. Because you'll be reporting to Philip. He's like, who's Philip? Does he sign my checks? He might start signing your checks. And right now, he doesn't want to talk about work. He wants to know who's dating who. Dominique does not want to bring up that she might be dating Brandon because one is none of their business. I do not want any speculation about what's going on in my dating life. And Chandrika admitted and said, you will not be the first or the last to hear some workers having intimate acts with one another. There have been plenty of workers in this restaurant and at this job they have slept around with one another. You will not be the first, okay? Okay. Melvin goes over to his grandma's house to check on her because he does work a lot, but he always loves to see his grandma. That's his wind down time. That's his happy time. And I love seeing that. So Kandi calls him and wants to know how he's doing. He's at his grandma's house cooking some really good food, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, chicken. Really, really good. Melvin started off as a washer. And obviously, with Kandi not fully admitting that she pretty much put him into culinary art school. She paid for him to go. She said, no, I helped pay for certain things. No, like Ty said, you helped him get into culinary arts. You paid for the school. Keep it a buck. You pay for him to go. And he's now the kitchen manager. So obviously he's very loyal and very appreciative into how he got where he got. And now she wants him to stay there. She wants him to stay in the restaurant, be with the family, and build the family business. But I feel like you're shortening him. If he went to culinary school, he went to culinary art school, which means he can do way more dishes than just regular soul foods. He can do a lot more of different types of cuisines and stuff. This probably isn't his only niche, his only style of cooking. He probably has a whole lot of style of cooking that he wants to tap into, but he's probably staying because you helped him get to there. You helped him in culinary art school. So of course he's probably feeling like he has to owe Kandi by staying there. But I feel like Kandi, don't shortchange him. Let him spread his wings. Let him go to be a chef for another restaurant and maybe have his own restaurant one day, help him get his Michelin star. You know what I'm saying? Don't just keep him stay with the family because that's family. But come on, Kandi, let him spread his wings a little bit, you know? He will always be grateful for what you're giving him, but let him fly, you know? So now we got more issues with the sisters because they had another family member that worked as a manager, Kim. I'm Bertha's daughter. And the multiple reasons why she left was because Mama Joyce cussed her out, right? Kim said she loved the restaurant and I wouldn't have walked away from it, but it was because of the conversation she had with Mama Joyce and her aunts. And Kim is not going to take no shit from nobody, especially from her own aunt. So we're now figuring out who is telling the truth. Because right now, Kim is allegedly being accused of when she was quitting the restaurant, she wanted to pretty much call a strike. I'm leaving, who's coming with me? And they didn't like that, which is fucked up. But then we got Mama Joyce cussing at her about what she don't do, what she do not do. So who is telling the truth, right? And Kandi can't have no strain, no strife in the family when I got my own staff going through shit. I can't have this going on. So they want to have an intervention. The producers asked, why did Kim walk out? She said because she was about to leave and she wanted to ask all the employees to come with her, and that wasn't cool. Brian is back at his job. He missed home. OLG is home to him. It's very dysfunctional, but he loves it. From the beginning, he was there from the beginning when everything was in boxes, and they had a long line around the corner. So this definitely gives an amazing feeling to come back, and he was known for his service skills and his bartending skills. He sees Shauna doing her hosting duty, and it's crazy how far they've come. The sisters all love Brian. They love him so much. Chandrika introduces Philip to Brian, and Brian was telling him I was heading downstairs, and Brian tells Philip he usually works downstairs and upstairs. Philip don't like hearing what you do. You're going to hear what he do. So he said, I'm going to tell you where you're working. I said, damn, Philip, already. So Shauna believes that Brian and Philip are going to bump heads. They might. Philip doesn't like fun. He does not. So when he go downstairs, he sees how dead a section is at OLG. It looks dead. It looks terrible. The L is crooked. It looks like a funeral home, like what Brian said, which was funny. But then Philip don't like nothing fun. He said, Brian, focus. So I know you know the sisters. I know you know way back, but I made some changes, okay? And Brian don't know how to feel about Philip. He could be a good addition or a bad addition. Either way it goes. So he wants to reassure him where your mental is so I can know you're okay and everything. And knowing that you were working by your own rules, that's gonna get changed up here. So I want you to keep the section clean and clear so you can work how everything's working in the section, okay? Right now he's serving. He does miss being behind the bar, but being a server is a much better position for him because he's dealing with his sobriety. The last year and a half was a lot on him. It's a different journey. And then I can see him interacting with the customers. He's laughing. He's goofy. I love it. He didn't know that he had a problem with drinking until COVID hit him and he was quarantined. And he didn't know where it was going to take him to the point where he was almost pretty much ready to go. Had a very long conversation with God and said, I'm ready, take me. But he's back, he's stronger, and he's going to push forward. Now we see how Brian has a bit of a language when it comes to getting orders or talking to the customers. He said, hold your mule. All right, let's see where this can go. As I was saying, Brian has his own catchphrase when he's trying to tell a customer, shut the fuck up, I'm not listening to you, I need you to give me a second. And it's called hold your mule. And in his meaning, it means recollect yourself and come back. But to other people, as Chandrika said, that means shut the fuck up. I'm talking. I don't want to hear you. I don't know how that's gonna work, Brian, but you're gonna have to come up with a different way of trying to give customers pause or wait until you got their order down before you want to stop them mid-sentence because you don't want to hear them talk anymore. Okay? So, Chandrika wants to invite the staff out for a drink because they obviously have all been together from the beginning and they've lost touch and now they're back working. So maybe we can get reacquainted so that way we ain't got no issues with working together again, you know? I think Philip walked in. He said, y'all going out together? Yeah. Brian asked Philip, do he go out? He said, not with you. Damn. Philip, you just gotta stick up your ass. I don't like that. It was like, I don't want to go out with you. I have no interest in going out with the staff. And I think it's a conflict of interest for the staff to go out and have a drink. It's unprofessional. Not really. It's not unprofessional for co-workers to have a nice evening out, go to dinner, go out, make plans to see each other on their off days. It's not unprofessional. It would be unprofessional if they would be speaking on their outside work activity inside work. If they're talking about what they did 2 weeks ago at a club on work hours, yeah, that's unprofessional. But not unprofessional for them to meet up after hours. That's off the clock. That has nothing to do with work. This is off the clock now. Philip, I can understand if you feel like when I am at work, I'm at work. My goal is to not meet friends. My goal is to work. I get that. But you really need to not be such a Debbie Downer and a stick in the mud for everybody else's reasoning, beliefs, or interests. You really need to just smile. Stop being so stoic all the time. Have fun. Let loose. Woosah, please. Anyway, speaking of Philip, we're still on him. We meet Philip's boyfriend, Felipe. They've been together for a year. He's from Brazil. He was visiting Atlanta at the restaurant and their eyes connected. And they couldn't take their eyes off one another. He's obviously stressed out from work because he feels like the staff does not respect him. They have no respect for him. They have no ways of working together. And understanding what his attitude, his leadership, his stoic life, his sergeant life mentality, that came from his mom because his mom recognized that he had the natural ability of being a leader. And he took all of what she said to him when she passed away last year. And Philip reminds him of who you are. You are a great leader. It doesn't matter what nobody says about you. Even if you are mean, but I know who you are. And he does remind him though, you don't have to be so loud. You don't have to be so mean. You can get your point across without having to feel like you're tearing down people. And he wants to know why the staff isn't reaching the level of success as they were before. What's happening? What's stopping them? Then he's thinking in the mind of an entrepreneur, and now he has his dream of opening a restaurant. And while they've been together for a year, it's a long distance relationship. But Philip loves that Felipe gives him joy. And I love seeing Philip in his natural, normal, calm demeanor because I do believe Felipe brings balance out of him. He brings him down to him being happy, and I can see that. I don't know if he doesn't feel that same sense of balancing when he's not with him. Because he'd be such a sergeant, a drill sergeant on the job. And I'm like, can you just get back in that mindset? Just think about what makes you happy. If Felipe makes you happy, just be in that mindset. Just be calm, cool, collected. Like he said, you have a mean spirit. It's not on purpose, but you're going to have to come up with a different way of exuding that without being arrogant. So we get to the dinner where everybody meets up for a drink. Chandrika brings everybody together. And we see a lot of history between everyone. Brian and Torrin had a little bit of a situationship where they tugged and pulled, messed around with one another. But Brian said, I had to stop that because Torrin's manhood is too big for me. I said, oh, okay. Brian talks about how he used to go out 20 times a week and he realized life is more than vodka. I also forgot to mention Torrin looks at Brian as a friend. That's it, as a friend. Brandon shows up, sees everybody, starts giving all the attention to Dominique, and Chandrika wants it to be a very obvious notion that you guys are doing something. So she rearranges the seating for Brian to sit next to Dominique. And of course, Dominique is like, don't blow up my spot, Chandrika. I don't want nobody to know. Keep it on DL, okay? Patrick arrives, and we now found out that Patrick and Chandrika used to mess around. They had a situationship for about 4 months. And in Chandrika's case, Patrick was inexperienced, immature, not ready for to be in a relationship, so she kicked him to the curb. And she found her guy. His name is June. She found him on Tinder. They've been together. I forgot how long they've been together, but she's engaged for the last 2 years, and she's very happy. Happy for her. And Patrick is also happy with his girlfriend, Safari, but he calls her a cougar. Give me to the end. I'm really trying to finish this. I don't know why my camera keeps cutting off. But like I said, Safari is not a cougar. She's 30, you're 28. She's only a year and a half older than you. Stop it, Patrick. That shows how immature you are. If you think that a girl who's 2 years older than you is a cougar, fine. Throughout this little scene, we can see that Chandrika and Patrick have some animosity towards one another. I don't know if their situationship did not end on a good note, but when Patrick was talking about how happy he is in his relationship, how amazing Safari is, she's in body sculpting, she does lips injections, she's an esthetician. Chandrika's rolling her eyes. She's giving shade, talking about my lips are good, my body's all natural. I have no idea what's going on. I was like, if you're happy in your engagement with your man, you need to be okay over there. And don't worry about what he's talking about with his girlfriend, but more gonna come after that. Patrick admits that they wasn't in a relationship. It was just smashing. That's all it was. And we even saw a video of them coming out the cooler together. Did y'all fuck in the cooler? Oh, no, ma'am. Did y'all sanitize that? All around the condiments and cold foods and shit. Nasty. Nasty. No, don't do that. Then Patrick... Oh, yeah, I said that. So then, they were talking about... Where's Melvin? And Brandon talks about how Philip has a harsh delivery. So they're going through all the managers that came in, tried and failed to think they can whip this restaurant into shape. Good luck. And the reason why Chandrika can't really have what's the word I'm trying to find? Not destination. She can't find a estimated time that Philip will last being a manager for this restaurant, because other times she can call out the ones who will last and won't last. She can't call out for this one because maybe he has a much more of a business connection with Kandi and Ty, since he is a manager at Blaze. They can see the work. So she doesn't really know what will happen while he's a manager. But basically, we're going to see how he works. Torrin is not coming back after being gone, but he's not going to listen to what they perceive Philip. He's going to figure it out for himself. And that's why Shauna said, welcome to the OLG. You think you'll come with high expectations, but you end up getting less than what you thought. And you think the food that you might receive on a Saturday will be good on a Wednesday. And that's why things are not working the way that they should. Patrick is ear hustling and feeling a little bit of a way, hearing them complain about what they're not expecting working for the OLG. You think it's going to be all peaches and cream? It's not. And You need to, figure out what you're working for. So then they're talking about minimum wage, talking about the comparison of the minimum wage in the U.S. is $15.50. I hear Family Dollar is making $17.50 an hour, and I'm getting 12. What the fuck? Why am I making less than Family Dollar? You know what I'm saying? As a hostess. And Patrick is feeling away about it because they're complaining about their pay grade, and knowing that Kenny's my family and you're talking about her like this, don't say the wrong thing around me. Now, while I'm on the understanding of him, but I feel like you need to keep in mind though, Patrick, you're also an employee. I'm pretty sure you're not receiving and you're not seeing indiscrepancies in your check. I'm pretty sure you're not receiving any dollar missing in the hours that you work when you're doing the valeting for the parking lot. But since you're family, I believe that Kandi would turn a blind eye and make sure you're getting what she wants you to receive better than everybody else because you're family, Melvin too. And when the workers who have been there as long as you have, I'm pretty sure they're getting less amount than they're worth. And I want to know, did $12 was the starting pay rate when she got hired? And it did not move from that, because there are jobs that move with the hourly wages that the year comes. There are some that do it. Did she receive bonuses? Did she receive 50 cents on the dollar every time she reaches a certain time of the year? Because $12 an hour is not a lot of money to live off of. And is that the cost of living in Georgia? I would like to know. Because I made $12 an hour when I was in my third year of working at the 99-cent store. I started there when I was working there for $8.50 an hour. And I made it to my third year making 12. And I still was not making enough money for me to live on. Even with my husband working. Still wasn't enough money. And I made it to my fourth and fifth year. My hours started to change less and less, and I still was not making enough money. So what's happening there? I want to know that part. Are you not paying your employees what they're worth? I want to know. So Brian announced to everybody that he started his soul food egg roll business. You guys can come for a tasting. And we're preparing for this intervention between Cousin Kim and Mama Joyce and the aunts, right? Kandi also invited her cousin Weenie, who is the glue to the family. She always wants everybody to come together. We won't stop until the problem is fixed. So on birthday, wants everybody to get together, be on the same page. If not, I'm going to push you down the hill. Okay, starting off with violence. So we're starting off with Mama Joyce and Kim. They've been going at it with each other and want to know what is going on. And Kim feels like ever since she started at the restaurant, she's not felt comfortable. And the reason why she hasn't felt comfortable is because Mama Joyce said certain things to Kim, and she thought she had receipts because she said she saw it on Facebook, but she kept scrolling to find it. Never existed, okay? Her story of getting receipts fell flat. And we're talking about what Mama Joyce and Kandi felt the way about. You saying you want to leave the restaurant, but you also want to tell everybody to come with you. I didn't like that. That hurted me. And she said, Mama Joyce also said, why would you say that after Kandi took care of y'all? And Kim said, well, you said it like this. Y'all better get this mother effing kitchen together because that's my kitchen. Mama Joyce, she's upset. She said, I've never said that was my motherfucking kitchen. That was my damn restaurant. I never said that. Da-da-da-da-da. And Bertha is like, why are you cussing so? Stop cussing. So Kandi removes her mom from getting angry over to the other seat. And Mama Joyce is still going on with saying she never said that was her motherfucking kitchen. That was her motherfucking restaurant. She's never said that. I am inclined to believe Kim, Mama Joyce, because look how confident and comfortable you're saying, I never said that was my motherfucking kitchen. I never said that was my restaurant. I don't know, Mama Joyce. I feel like you said it. And you said you wasn't cursing you didn't curse out Kim. You was cursing. And it must have landed to her. I don't know, Mama Joyce. I'm inclined to believe Kim that you said that, I'm inclined to. So Aunt Nora is backing her sister up about what she heard. And Kim is like, first of all, I see my aunt saying, But Aunt Nora wasn't even there. So why are you there? Why are you having an opinion if you weren't even there? So basically, Nora said she called me out, said y'all walked out. Kim said she never said that. Aunt Nora gets up and say, you can play innocent all you want to, but I know the truth. I know well enough what you did. And now throw your butt down like I did before. I had to rewind this scene like 4 times because this was so funny and it came out of nowhere. When Aunt Nora stood up and said that, I said, what's going on? Then Kim said, go to church. I said, what the fuck is happening? And listen. Kandi trying to hold Aunt Nora back, and she said, don't you dare. Kim is walking around like this. I can't do it because my arm is going to hit the door. She's literally like, there's enough space and opportunity for you to do something. Because I'm tired of you, I'm tired of you, auntie. You my auntie and I love you, but I'm tired of you. So what's up? What's up? I said, no, we can't have the aunties and the nieces fighting. No. Please don't. So Kandi says, y'all think my Aunt Nora is nice and sweet, but she can get it with folks. In her younger days, she's known to whoop some ass, okay? And everybody's all trying to calm down. I don't know how we got to this point, but we shouldn't do this. Kim agrees. No, we shouldn't do this. And definitely telling her aunts and her mama, y'all are in a later point in y'all life. Y'all too old to be acting like this. Aunt Nora, what you stood up for? Mama Joyce, I'm gonna need you to pipe down. Be like your Aunt Bertha. She is so calm. She's so come on, stop. So right now we need to come up with a peaceful way for us to move forward with this. Kim says she'll do whatever it takes to get the family back together because she wants us to get back to how we were. And Kandi wants them to move forward as well. Kim says she loves her aunt. She loves her. And she'll do whatever it takes for us to get back together. Even her mom and Bertha wanted them to have an opportunity to hug one another. Kim said, no, Mama, you're doing too much now. Not right now. Because Aunt Nora was seething. She could not be still. She had a stern look on her face. She said, yeah, keep her away from me. I was like, how we going to move forward with this? Then it ended with Mama Joyce saying, all right, y'all, I got some food. I got some sandwiches. I got some chicken wings. So let's go. Let's eat this food. Don't let this food go to waste, all right? I was with Kandi. How was it that where it came from here and we got them eating chicken wings? Y'all almost fought, and yeah, y'all kumbaya over chicken wings. I guess at some point in the day, it all can be ended with it can be ended with some food. Food is our comfort. Food is our go-to. That could be a great way to seal our wounds. I feel like, okay, cool. That was funny, though. That was so funny to me. I could not stop laughing. So we get to the restaurant. Kandi is making sure everything's all nice and good. Patrick, you are such a snitch. I did not like this at all. And he instantly told Kandi what was being said the night they went out. And he said, a lot of people had some complaints about how things were going. And Kandi said, who said? Who? Chandrika. She was complaining about how she got paid and this and this and this. And then Kandi said, first of all, I'm the one who signed her checks. She's hardly ever here. She should tell someone who pays her and not speak about it to other people. Now, Kandi, if that's the case, then why is she still hired? If she hardly shows up, why is she still hired? That's one. 2, Patrick, why couldn't you keep this shit to yourself? At the end of the day, Patrick, you are not exempt from you lacking in your job, and Kandi's not going to save you because you're her cousin. You are also a godson. She takes care of you. You're not exempt from getting told too, Patrick. I don't know why you told Woden to be a snitch and snitch on your employee for complaining about work as if everybody don't complain about work. Don't complain about why I got this, I got this, I got this, I got that, I got this. Are you serious, Patrick? You couldn't keep that to yourself? Patrick, you're not exempt. You are not untouchable. As much as the workers feel like they can't get touched because they've been there the longest, you need to be careful too. You can also get checked about what you did, what you do and don't do, and what you need to do better at. You're not going to get a pass because you're her cousin. You're not, Patrick. Be careful. I was like, damn, Patrick, why you gotta be a fucking snitch? I literally said when I was watching this episode, Patrick is a spy, and he's going to report back to Kandi about what everybody else said, and he think he's not going to get touched, because we're going to find out. something's going to happen later on where we might have a conversation with what Chandrika said and wondering who told her about this. We're gonna find out, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Be careful, Patrick. Be careful. So then, Torin calls. No, wait. All right, so Torin comes in so he can get back to work. He speaks to Don Juan. And obviously, Don Juan has mixed feelings about seeing Torin because of how he left. He left work in an unprofessional way. He just didn't show up for work and he blamed it on COVID. But then he's on Instagram laid up with no mask on, around 30 people or more at some picnic or some beach. So right now, he's trying to hold him accountable but also uplift him because he looks at Torin like a little brother. And he's want to let him know the event space have some changes, some renovations, but go ahead and see what you can do, see how you can get your feel of it, and we'll move forward from there. And Torin feels the same way about Don Juan. He knows how he left was unprofessional, but he knows that Don Juan missed him. So quit the poker face and tell me you miss me. That's my brother. I love him. So he walks into the event space and he sees Philip on a computer doing some work. It's awkward, but I just feel like Philip was waiting for someone to come see him and say, hey, how you doing? And I don't know. It was so weird in this scene because Torin came in to get a measuring of the place, right? And Philip said, hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? And I wrote, he's just not focused on him. He's doing work. He's trying to take measurements on the renovations, measurements of the table and everything. And Philip wanted to have a conversation so they can officially meet one another. But Torin was like, was there a scheduled conversation? He said, no, but I just figured since, I'm here, you here, we can finally meet one another. So Torin was doing his job, getting to fill the event space, knowing what he can use. And Philip didn't like, to me, Philip probably felt like Torin was giving his ass to kiss to him when he wasn't giving him a face-to-face introduction. He said, I don't talk to people who don't look at me face-to-face, so fix that. So he's like, oh, okay, fine. I wrote, Philip wanted him to give his undivided attention talking to him because literally Torin is measuring a table. I should have a seat and have a conversation. I was really trying to work. So Philip wants to get a feel of Torin about what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Why are you here? What did I write? Except, oh yeah, he's talking about the chain of command. There's Kandi, Todd, Don Juan, and him. And he wants to know if you can follow what I tell you. And with you working here, Torin says, I don't deal with this type of arrogance. Like, this is not working for me. I'm sorry, because I feel like I'm the shit too. So I did not affect your space. I don't know why you're trying to affect mine. I wasn't looking for a formal sit down. He said, hi. He introduced himself. Hi, I'm Torin. I was here from the beginning. I was working for the front of the restaurant, and now I started doing event planning, and they realized how good I was doing it, so they gave me my own title of doing just event planning. That was my main job. And recently, I know that I left unprofessionally, and right now I'm trying to come back in a different way. And as he's explaining himself, introducing how he came and how he admitted he did leave in an unprofessional way, Philip wants to now check him and say, yeah, you also came here unprofessional when you did not see me sitting here and you not formally walked up to me and kissed my feet and kissed my ass and say, hey, master, how you doing? Basically, I didn't like that. Yeah, how you want to come up in here and then speak to anybody. But Torin said, I didn't expect you to be in this space. I didn't expect for you to be here. I was told to come in here, do my job, and you're here, and I'm trying to work around it, but you want me to stop what I'm doing to give you time of day because you want to be reporting. You want to be important, right? So he said, basically, I came here to work. I said all that. And at the end of the day, Torin felt like I've explained why I'm here. I don't know you. You have not explained how you're here. And Philip, with his arrogant thinking he's over everybody, he is up here, you're down here. He said, first of all, I have to explain nothing to you. I don't have to explain my importance. I have to explain my experience being here because I'm not applying for a job. Excuse me. Torin said, I'm not applying for a job either. Hello? So right now, Philip is under the assumption that Torin came with a preconceived notion about how Philip is, and now he thinks that you can check me because they can't check me. I was like, not really. It probably didn't even take long for Torin to get a sense of you because you really showed all of you from first meeting. So he said again, you have not explained who you are, and as a management team, I would like to know who I'm working with. And he said, first of all, tells, first of all, nobody pays you to think. All you do is do events. So I'm gonna need you to stay in your lane and do events. I had to stop right there. I said, Philip, you're doing too much now. You're doing the same exact thing that you did to Chandrika. How Chandrika is not owed a courtesy or respect to how you're talking to her because she's a greeter. And right now you're doing the same thing to Torin because you still have not given Torin a full explanation as to why you're here. Because you feel like I don't owe you anything. Nobody pays for you to think of why I'm here. I'm telling you why you're here, and you're here to do events. Events is your planning. You don't need to open your brain up to doing more than what you're supposed to do, which is for partying and planning. That's it. Stay in your lane. Don't like that arrogance. Don't like you talking down to people. Do not like that at all. No, sir. And he said the organization, like pretty much stay in your pay grade. You're not in your pay grade. Whatever you're asking of me is above your pay grade. Stay here. Didn't like that at all. And first of all, he said, yeah, I said that. And then that was bullshit. And Torrance said, okay, well, that's fine because I bring in money too. And at the end of the day, I came here through Kandi's mouth. I'm back through Kandi. And you can take that up with her. And that was the end of the episode. And I was here for Torrance. Checking Philip was saying, first of all, I came back on the mouth of Kandi Burris, the owner of this restaurant who hired you to do a job. So take that up with her while I'm back. Check that, okay? And I was like, come on, Torin. Keep it up with Philip because I don't like that Philip does that to people. Philip, you are an arrogant asshole. You really need to know how you come across from people because people's not going to take how you talk to them. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And I get you trying to whip them into shape. I get them. You want order. But the way you doing it was feeling like I don't think I want to listen to his ass because he ain't going to talk to me no type of way. I don't care what he is, okay? So that was it, y'all. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.